So I don't look down. Every single one of you.
I want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich.
I can't even see you because I don't look down.
I'm not leaving. The show goes on. This is my home. They're gonna need a wrecking ball to take me out of here.
Don't look down.
Good timing, everybody, whether it's morning, evening, or in between, wherever you are in the world today. Welcome to unRekt Traders. Before we begin, please hit the like and subscribe and join us to share ideas, strategies, and learn together to make better trades. This is not financial advice, nor am I a financial advisor. This is strictly my thoughts and ideas, so let's get that crypto. All right, everybody. Coming into TradingView on the monthly chart, the pain continues. We have a nice, great big red candle, completely bullish, bringing us down to our possible target that we've been looking for since basically, well, we could say February 1st, probably more accurately for end of March, mid-March. But we did hit that target. We did break through this little bit of support, which is now resistance, so let me delete that. So above us we have resistance at 32,000. We hit our possible target at 21,500. And now that we've dropped down below this 100 top Bollinger Band on the quasi, we can see that the 100 has come into that range. So this will become a target now of 11,800. The 10 is kind of low on the quasi. So we are looking for this to kind of slowly come back up into the range. And then we can look for coming back up into this area. However, we do have resistance at this level here. Coming into the weekly, again, we're just dropping below that weekly 200. This was kind of a support area historically, and what everyone, I'm assuming, was looking for. So we did hit this possible target. We've been looking for this target in the Discord channel basically since January 17th, and we can see that the 200 purple entered into the quasi range here, slowly came down, hit our target, and now we're just dropping below with a lower support at 17,000, let's say 18,000. Now we have the 3.2 standard deviation on the 20 white here, sitting at around 16,000, let's say 16,000. Now this will be our strongest support. Price only leaves the third standard deviation 0.3% of the time. Now we are weighted to the downside on the quasi. The one slip is heating up. It's coming into the trend range here, which means we could continue down until we hit this support at 18,000 or even lower, depending on how much this wants to push down. Currently we're seeing quite a bit of momentum still on the weekly candle. Coming into the daily, currently on the daily, we have resistance above us on the 20 Bollinger Band here, the white, at 26,000, let's say, and we have support on the 3.2 at 20,800. So I would suspect the price probably will likely come down to this support level before even attempting to come back up, and this will be a nice little support here. On the 4-hour, again, in complete meltdown, we have a support at 18,900 and resistance above us at 23,400, let's say. No targets on here. We can look at the moving averages. You know, they're nicely spread apart, and you know it's not looking good for Bitcoin whatsoever. On the 1 hour, just move these since we're in a new hour here. You know, it's pretty much the same thing. Resistance at 22,300 and support below us at 20,500. Some nice bearish candles. And you know, we do have the 10 starting to move up. However, you know, this 50 is well below the quasi, especially the 100. So we might be able to move up into at least up to the resistance of 23,000 maybe. But again, we can see that we just consistently being rejected off the 20 and the 10, and the 10 is the red moving average here. So the 10 is technically our trend line anyway. So as long as we're below that 10, we can continue to look for a downside until we get above it. And we do have this resistance level at 23,000. Come into the Nexus here, take a quick look at this. And I'll have to zoom in a little bit. Let me remove this target. All right, so in the live stream that I did last night through the Discord, we were looking for the weekly S1. And then, I said if we broke through this weekly S1, we'd be coming to the S2. Likely would come back up. At the time, there was a daily levels. We more or less came up to those daily levels that I said, and then we got rejected off of those. And currently, we will be looking for this weekly S3, which is at 19,500, or at least the mid-level, which will take us to the 21,600, which is what we're approaching on right now. Now we did break below the daily previous day low, so the daily S1 would seem reasonable. Now in our favor, we do have a naked daily sitting here. And if we just come out just a little further, we have fallen through the monthly S1. We're probably almost at the midpoint between the S1 and S2. So the S2 will be more or less our target on the monthly level. Now what might happen, just because we are at the weekly, and I was expecting a little bit of a rally for all the buy orders at that level. We are coming down to this mid-level at 21,700. Find support on that. Come up to the top of the monthly S1 to 25,000 basically, and then possibly come back down to the monthly S2 at 17,007. Let's just say 17,750. Let's say. Also in the live stream, we looked at the PVP on the daily. Now we are in a new day from the live stream, but more or less, when we broke this level, I said we continue looking for further down, which is what we've gotten for that day. And now, this daily is lower again, so we are looking for further down until we at least break this level here at 22,600. So until we break this, we won't be looking for further up. We'll be looking for further down. And I'm quickly going to go into the future outlook, and I'm going to bring up the golden pie. So on the golden pie right now, we have hit the second negative fib here, which is at 21,980. The fib below that, the third negative, will be 17,580. Now if we look throughout history, during the heart attack here, we hit the second level, found support, took off. In the 2018 levels, we came down into the third neg. And then in 2015, we actually made it all the way down to the fourth level, found support and took off. This one also called a bottom, and that was with the 2-day averages here, where they came in pretty close, crossed, and then we did get the long signal just because the pink here crossed over the yellow, triggered. Now in 2018, again, we had the bottom when they crossed. The pink almost crossed the yellow, just kind of kissed it a little bit, didn't quite give the trigger. However, it was close enough. And then we had the long signal from there basically. And now we're coming almost, these 2 days are almost touching, and the pink isn't even close to the yellow yet. So we'll see what happens with this. It's almost there. It's like almost touching. So it'll be interesting to see if it does call bottom again historically, or if we continue to melt and we rely on the pink coming down into the yellow, and then that being our go ahead for the long basically. If we come into the 2-year max, we're at, let me just zoom this out a little bit so it's easier to see. We are well within the buy area. from historical data again. Now we'll see if all the data markers from the past get broken for this cycle. But you can see even in 2018, you know, we came down to the second last one. Pretty much the same with the COVID. And in 2015, we came all the way down to the bottom. Now we are close to that fourth one now, which would be at the 20,000. And then the fifth one down below that is at 18,000. If we look at the mother overlay, went over this in the live stream on Discord last night as well. And basically showed what we were looking for as we were at the precipice here of whether going long or falling down short. Now we did break down to the downside, and I said the only real level below us is the actual bottom band, which is what we're at now. We're just crossing over that bottom band. Again, historically, it's held quite nicely. We are breaking through it right now, but you can see even in 21, it held. The heart attack level here, don't want to say what I said before. And again, you know, we did have a little bit of a meltdown through, and then we broke above in 2019, 2018 low here. And then again, I think that's it. Oh, no, we have the 20. So in 2015 and 2014. So you can see that historically it has held quite nicely. So I am somewhat expecting a little bit of a rally unless we get a little bit of this again. But for the most part, I think there's gonna try and liquidate all the longs that were placed right on the weekly 200. And let me go back to that real quick. I'll turn off the Bollinger Bands so it's a little cleaner. So right now, you know, I'm sure that there tons of people have put buy orders right on the 200 weekly, and now they're just slowly taking out that liquidity. And once that liquidity is taken out, then I think we probably see a little bit of a rally, at least up to the 28.5, possible, you know, up to the 100, basically the 20, but we'll see what happens. As for right now, you know, we are melting off. We're in a strong downtrend. And it would be nice to see support found once the liquidity is taken out, and then we can kind of move back up. If we look just at candle wise, you know, more or less our next level now is at the 19,500. Let's mark that out real quick. You know, so we're kind of looking at this level here. And then below that, which is also our all-time high, of course, and then below that would more or less be at the 12,500, which would be position us in and around this level here. Now, on the 8-hour, I did show the pivot here, which is at approximately 320. So on the second machine, I pivoted, put the pivot at 340. That's probably, so yeah, 340. And in the Discord, you know, for the past, I think it was a few days ago now, basically, you know, I said this was an excellent short with low risk just because of it is on the pivot. The 10 was above, which was going to push us down. The 10, 20, and 50 pushed us down for a nice little drop here. Came back up to the pivot. Same thing happened. Had the drop down from the 10, 20, and 50 being above. And then again, one more time, hitting that pivot. Couldn't break above to break the trend, which we entered in back here. So we couldn't break that trend. And from there, we melted off. And I said the possible potential target would be the bottom of this band, which is now sitting at 18,448. And that's more or less, looks like that's where we're headed. So we'll see how that plays out as well. So we've already cleared out all the liquidity, you know, more or less from here and all throughout this range. And the only other liquidity again will be at that 19,000, which is the old 2017 high. All right, so that's all I got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream, and we'll see you in the next one, wherever you are in the world today, whether it's morning, evening, or anywhere in between. Thanks for watching.